Thank God for legalization, because that's made everything better, hasn't it?
That's why I don't use the word legalization anymore, because it's a misnomer. People think when they're voting for legalization, they're voting for decrim, and they're not. They're voting for commercialization. I wish people would. There's only two ways. It's you're either decriminalizing it or commercializing it, and really,
Okay.
they don't match. Like if you can't really have decrim and commercialization at the same time. So what are people going to choose? They're going to choose the one that brings in tax revenue, because also the prison industrial complex makes a lot of money. So it actually behooves us to continue having these criminal offenses because it's unpaid prison labor. And,
Yep.
we abolish slavery unless you're ward of the state, and ward of the state is owned by the state as in prisoners. So there's no real reason for them to want to, stamp out the quote underground or the traditional market, because they actually benefit from incarcerating people through that way.
That's a
So,
really interesting perspective, Luna.
yeah,
Um,
for
and
sure. Yeah.
I wish I didn't have it, to be honest.
and that's just California. We hear a lot of people who want to, see federal legalization, and they talk about access and how amazing that's going to be. And one of the things we have to think about is, everybody rails against the multi-state operators, the big guys, and what a lot of people don't realize is they're not actually big guys. They're still entrepreneurs, they're still smaller companies. But when we see federal legalization come in, it's going to completely reshape our industry, and probably not in the way that most people would hope for.
It
Right.
is like we are on the same wavelength, ladies. I was just going to go completely off script and say, let's talk about rescheduling versus legalization. What are your thoughts, Luna?
Deschedule or bust. I don't even want to hear the word reschedule. It is not an option. There is no option other than
Yes.
deschedule completely. If we
Yes.
reschedule, it's just going to go into the hands of pharma, and we're screwed. Period.
I'm
Dot. Will it get
No,
people out of jail? Yes. Are there going to be some benefits? Is it
sure.
if I had to choose between, I mean, there's some people that are so hardcore that they would actually rather keep it as Schedule 1 rather than reschedule it because they're so worried about pharma getting their hands on it. I'm not that extreme. I do believe that there are going to be some benefits to the criminal on the criminal justice, banking, things like that. It'll help, security guards not getting shot in the parking lots of dispensaries. So I'm not going to act like there's, incremental change isn't going to have some benefits, just like 64 had some criminal benefits, but it's not the way, and it is 100% a power grab.
rescheduling is just a tax exercise. It
One
doesn't give you
thousand.
safe banking. It doesn't give you anything major for the industry. All it does as of right now, and that's assuming that if they rescheduled, there was some bill going through stating that they would want to not eradicate 280E for rescheduling. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if
Interesting.
that doesn't go through, then really all rescheduling is a tax exercise, which will definitely help some operators. However, if you're not running a good business now, that's not necessarily going to save you either.
Well
But
said.
the truth is, the government will use that as how they threw us a bone, and that will prevent us from moving forward with anything else. So when we start talking about descheduling, when we start talking about federal legalization, what they're going to throw back at us is, we rescheduled to Schedule 3. What more could you want?
Right.
And rescheduling to Schedule 3 does not give us as an industry what we need to be truly successful.
And to be competitive with all the other businesses that are out there, kind of on a level playing field. It is so hard for us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, the cannabis industry, if you can make it in the cannabis industry, you can make it anywhere because this is the hardest place to work.
Oh my God. I had no idea what I was in for when I got my, I got a micro business dispensary license and I won the lottery and I was like, oh boy, I'm rich. There's going to be truckloads of money backing up to my house any second now.
Oh no.
Oh my God. This is,
Oh, people always think we're rolling around in bathtubs of cash. Have you met anybody rolling around in a bathtub of cash? Because if you have, I would like to meet them.
Holler at your girl, yeah, for sure.
Scrooge McDuck.
0%. I mean, the only people that did was what's his name from MedMen, Adam Bierman.
Because they got out early.
And he's fraudulent. It was fraud. He lied to get there, and literally stole tips from his bud tenders. Like, ugh.
Bleezy says 100%. They just want their cut. The government will not completely decriminalize because they won't get their pockets filled.
Pretty simple.
I couldn't agree with them more.
Sad but
Thank you.
true.
Thank
You
you,
have
Bleezy.
to follow the money.
Yep.
And federal government makes more money off of cannabis being federally illegal than they ever will, or at least
True.
in the near future, they will off of it being federally legal. And even though our argument is that you're going to expand the category, they don't see that future. And so they know what they're getting right now. And this government is very much about a bird in the hand.